Breaking news that we are following coming in out of the Middle East. Take a look at this tweet coming in from the Israel War Room. They say, quote, initial reports say the body of Hamas terror leader Mohammed Sinwar has been found in a tunnel struck by the IDF in southern Gaza's Khan Yunis. Now, coming into our newsroom at this hour, Mohammed Sinwar had been targeted by the Israel Defense Forces just last week in an underground command compound below a hospital. The Saudi news reports also state that the bodies of 10 of the terror leader's aides were found alongside him. Now, we are working to get additional information on all of that, and we do have this photo that was released of Sinwar here, was released by the IDF several weeks ago, and again, it appears that he has been found dead. All of this information still coming in from the Israel War Room and reports out of Saudi Arabia. Mohammed Sinwar is the little brother of Yahya Sinwar, the former leader of the Hamas terror group, who was taken out by the Israeli military last October, about a year after the October 7th massacre in which terrorists attacked Israel, killing 1,200 people and taking about 250 others hostage.
Another phase in the fighting to Operation Gideon's Chariots. This operation is part of the Iron Swords War. During this operation, we will increase our control in Gaza while dividing it up and moving the population to protect it. In all areas where we will take action, as I have said in the past, we are moving ahead according to a gradual plan. As part of this plan, we have implemented the lessons learned from the fighting thus far. We have begun in recent evenings to begin with the opening strike, and currently 5 divisions are operating in Gaza. The operation has 3 main principles. The first principle is operative control of the areas, cleaning these areas from the enemy and targeting infrastructure above and below ground. We also want to move the population from the areas where we are active while also impacting Hamas control. We also want to impact the headquarters of Hamas until it's toppled militarily and governmentally. Unlike the past, we now have this operation in Gaza, and we are going to reach decisive victory in these areas. We have recent weeks said that the IDF is preparing for this ground operation and a comprehensive one, as long as Hamas will continue to hold on to hostages, and now this threat is being implemented. We are in an ongoing campaign. Gideon's Chariots is just one phase of it. We are enlisting the reserve units. Our reservists understand the need, and we believe and we also respect them and honor them for coming to duty time and time again. Reservists have come in great numbers, and we have enlisted them because this is an essential need. The technology and logistics people in regular army and reserve duty, some of whom I have met just recently and whom I know from my own service, are very motivated. They too are on the front lines. They are ready to support this operation for as long as it takes, as they have done under these conditions. The fighting is being coordinated with the hostage headquarters. We don't want to hurt the hostages. They are always before our very eyes. We will not rest until they return. In order to protect the forces, I will not be able to reveal any more information, but I would like to reiterate, ambiguity is means. We will not share our plans with Hamas. They will see actions on the ground. We are taking action in defense for civilians everywhere, and we will continue to do that. The IDF is determined to do everything in its power to achieve the goals of this war. Earlier, the Chief of General Staff has had a discussion with the commanders of the 162nd Brigade, and he told the forces that we will adjust ourselves to any change. We are moving forward, and the only thing that will stop us is our hostages returning home. We must reiterate, the IDF will allow the political echelon any flexibility required to have the hostages return home. I will continue to update you as the operation progresses. This is it. Any questions? IDF spokesperson, can you commit that this operation will not harm the lives of the hostages? And if there will be any progress in the negotiations in Doha, will you stop the operation? First of all, Nitzan, thank you for your question. We were being coordinated with the hostage headquarters. We are thinking of the hostages the whole time. The aim of the operation is to topple Hamas rule and to bring back the hostages. From the very top of the IDF to the very last soldier, we are doing everything in our power to minimize hurting them. We are doing this operation to bring them home. Assuming that the ground operation is being increased and Hamas will perhaps say it will bring the hostages back, what will happen then? The IDF is coordinated to the political echelon. As I've said, we will adjust ourselves according to any decision reached. You declare in recent months that the main aim of the operation in Gaza is to convince Hamas to go to another deal. Tonight, again, the Chief of General Staff has said in his own voice that the activity is designed to help the political echelon reach this, but there is much criticism, especially by reservists. How can you respond to them? First of all, this is an opportunity now to note and to really honor the reservists who come time after time and have come in great numbers. I have just come back from a visit in the 162nd Division, and I met Mr. Omar. He has been in this command for a very long time. He continues to come back despite the difficulty because he understands the need. Just as the Chief of General Staff has said, we continue to come in order for us to achieve the aims of the war to topple Hamas rule and to bring back the hostages.
الفاصل اللي كان بده يحمل المرضى يحملهم يسفرهم طلع لا انا ممكن في البني ادم يكون مستهدف فين.
In southern Israel, looking into the Gaza enclave. Big news, though, and I don't think we've gotten to it yet here on Live Now. The Israeli military saying that it had carried out a strike targeting what it said was a Hamas command and control center beneath a hospital in the southern Gazan city of Khan Yunis. The strike on the European hospital was the second one today on a hospital in the city. The bodies of 6 people who were killed this afternoon in the strike were taken to Nasser Hospital, where, according to the Associated Press, reporters saw the bodies. And so I think this is, and to Ben, I'm going to ask you this. The Israeli military has said Hamas uses these hospitals as command and control centers. Who is underneath the hospital? Who are they looking for?
Check out this property in a beautiful beachside area in South Australia.
Today's strike, the understanding is that they were looking for the overall commander of Hamas, Mohammed Sinwar, the brother of Yahya Sinwar, who was eliminated by the Israelis towards the end of last year. It's not clear yet whether Sinwar was successfully targeted. But the fact that you had a Hamas presence there, a command and control center, key leaders, yet again, it's another demonstration of how Hamas has a dual-use policy towards civilian facilities like hospitals, like kindergartens, like schools. I think that if they were successful today in eliminating Sinwar, and we'll perhaps may find out later tonight or tomorrow whether that was the case, this could accelerate the process of negotiations and diplomacy a little more. Like his brother, Sinwar was a real hardliner, rejected any kind of notion of serious negotiation, serious compromise with Israel. But if it's true that he's dead, then this could be an opportunity to draw a line under this phase of the war and move towards more of a diplomatic focus.
So if I have this right, back in October, the IDF, they take out Yahya Sinwar. In the vacuum that presented itself in his absence, his brother, Mohammed Sinwar, took the reins of the Hamas terror group, and that is who the IDF is targeting in these strikes here. Ben, your colleague at FDD, Mark Dubowitz, has this here on social media, saying if Israel killed terror chief Mohammed Sinwar, now's the moment to secure a ceasefire, bring the hostages home, and rest the IDF. He says the greater threat looms: Khamenei's nuclear program and Ring of Fire, Hezbollah, Houthis, Hamas, Iraqi militias, still burns from Lebanon to Yemen. Ben and Hal, I'll start with you, Hal, first. Is this an accurate assessment of the picture inside Israel and Gaza if it does come to pass that they got another Sinwar? Hal?
I think it's an inflection point is what it is. I think that it's going to cause tremendous, if they got him, it causes tremendous command and control problems from a tactical and operational side within the Gaza Strip. They have been degrading the command and control within the Gaza Strip. Yes, in general, there's always somebody else in the offing that will take over. But you don't have that many that everybody recognizes and understands that have that sort of charismatic quality that Mohammed Sinwar had and legitimacy that he had. So I think it's an inflection point where, yes, they can, there could be a push for a ceasefire.
Okay.
It could have second, third order effects that take it out. And there is a certain amount of truth there that there are other fish to fry, so to speak, within the region dealing with Iran and its proxies.
Ben, last thoughts briefly.
The thing I want to emphasize here, because I think this has been an underreported and underanalyzed aspect of this conflict, are the protests that you've seen in Gaza among Palestinians against Hamas over the last couple of months. Mm-hmm. I think more and more Palestinian civilians have no love of Israel. I think October the 7th proved that, and I'm not going to argue otherwise. But I think that they are fed up, frustrated, with this growing humanitarian crisis, which has obviously gotten worse over the last 6 weeks with no aid coming in. But interestingly, many Palestinians are blaming Hamas for this situation, engaging in protests against Hamas. Hamas has its own police unit, the Arrow unit, which is tasked with dealing with protests like this. And they've responded with the brutality that you would expect. So I actually think that there is some willingness, some appetite amongst ordinary Gazans to just bring this to an end, release the hostages, and have some kind of resolution and rebuilding process going on.
All right. Ben Cohen there, Hal Kemper. Can't
לאיזשהו מתחם תת-קרקעי. כרגע אומרים שסיכוי גבוה מתחת באזור בית החולים האירופאי.